All right, this is actually a really good question. Okay. All right, see, I'll show y'all. All right, mine, okay, it's done, it's hydraulics. See how it does it, it bends with the knee normal. But like you've seen in that video how where my leg's kind of going out like that, there's two reasons for that. Okay, number one is because I am still learning how to walk with it. And then the number two reason is, see, the way it works is there's fluid in your stump, right? And when you initially get amputated, like your first leg, like your first permanent leg, they say approximately 6 to 8 months after you get your first permanent leg, that what'll happen is see that sleeve that I have over it, and then I have a sock over it. It has this strap, you know, that I pull down, and that's how I adhere it to myself. What'll happen is where it's continuously being constricted and squeezed like that, right? What happens is eventually the fluid will get pushed out. So your stump will get smaller and smaller. So approximately 6 to 8 months on average after you get your first permanent leg, you will need another socket, okay? And then the new socket will be like that's the size your stump will that's your permanent size for your stump for a good period of time after that. It's supposed to be 2 to 4 years that the next one will last, and that's because it will wear out after that long, not because your stump will get smaller again. So what happens is I've actually got an appointment Tuesday, this coming up Tuesday, with my amputee doctor. They're going to be fitting me for another socket. Because what's happened is that from me walking around and from me wearing the constricting silicone sleeve that I have over it, my socket has gotten, my stump has gotten smaller than it was. And so for that reason, my prosthetic isn't fitting as well as it was. And so what happens is as you're walking around, if you notice in a lot of my videos, you'll notice that my foot is kind of turned, cocked inward, and that the reason for that is because what happens is this thing right here is able to turn side to side like that. It's not supposed to be able to. It's supposed to be, you know, it fixed to me. So what happens is that it's time for me to get a new leg. Okay, this is actually my second style leg I've already had. My very first one that I had was it was actually a spring that it was driven by. This one right here is hydraulics, like I said. There's actually a resistance thing here in the back where I can adjust the amount of throw that it has out, the resistance that it has out, this and that. I got a little tool in there where I can tweak it and all. Well, this coming up Tuesday, the next socket, they're actually going to be upgrading my leg again. The next one that I'm going to have is called a C leg, which is, that's the Cadillac of prosthetics, okay? It actually has a microprocessor in it, to where it articulates the knee based off of pressure points. So I've got a 5-year-old nephew that as soon as I got amputated, he was so excited. He said, "You're gonna have a robot leg." Well, y'all, I'm actually gonna have my robot leg. This thing right here, if any of you amputees out there, y'all will know what I'm talking about. The microprocessor in it will actually require to be charged on a daily basis. You take a USB-C and you plug it into it and you charge it like overnight or whatever, so that the microprocessor can have its power to be able to articulate as it does and this and that. So I hope that answers your question. Basically, yeah, I'm supposed to be able to walk normal, but I'm still getting used to it. I love y'all.